Hey there! Trying to clear your pond of yucky green water and nasty sludge? We've got just what you need. Meet Clyde. Okay, his name really isn't Clyde, but he's one of the good guys who will clean up your pond. You see, our little buddy Clyde is a good type of bacteria, and he brings a lot to the table when it comes to cleaning ponds and lakes. Clyde spends his whole life eating decomposing junk inside your pond. You know, junk like blown-in leaves, sludge, nasty, pukey, mucky muck, and all kinds of nasty things like dead fish, dead pond weeds, dead bugs, or anything that's dead, decomposing, and biodegradable for that matter. Clyde even eats natural fertilizers that flows its way on into your pond from all the pretty landscaping nearby whenever you water your grass or when it rains. It's called rain runoff. Clyde is an awesome guy, and he's a mean, muck-eating machine. Clyde has an awesome ability to magically divide himself. Its high-tech term is called cell division. Fancy, huh? Clyde's a happy guy, and he can divide and multiply about every 20 minutes and make little mini Clydes, which multiply too, over and over and over again. The word gets out quickly that there's tons of junk food to eat, and Clyde and his buddies go to town to eat the junk in your pond, scavenging, scouring, and eating and getting rid of any kind of junk food they can find. They're true warriors. Besides having someone or something clean your pond, why do you think having little Clydes, or good types of bacteria, is so important? Any guesses? Here, have a cup of coffee and stay with me because this is important. Well, just like how eating junk food is bad for us, which is why they call it junk food, it's the very thing that bacteria need to thrive on. When we eat junk food, we give bad types of bacteria, parasites, and all kinds of nasty things that can be living in our bodies the food that they need to thrive on and multiply. And we can get sick. When we have muck and sludge and nasty stuff in our pond, or as we call it, pond junk food, it causes the overall health of the pond to be sick too. We create a bad environment for fish and other critters to survive, and well, it just looks nasty and like this awful green mess, and it's not pleasant for anyone. Ever have that happen to you? Okay, meet Al. I'm sure you all know him. Al is a tiny microscopic green algae cell. We know we're pretty clever on creating his name, aren't we? Well, Al is all about living green. No, not about green living using solar and wind as energy and all that, but green. You know, like the color green. Al is green through and through. He's a tiny guy, but he's a warrior just like Clyde is. Al's job is similar to Clyde's, but with different effects. Al wants to cloud up your water and make it turn green and nasty. Clyde wants to clean your pond and make it clear and healthy. Both Clyde and Al want to eat the same nasty, no good, awful junk and muck that's in your pond. It becomes a battle between the two. Not by might, but by who can eat the most. When Clyde eats and multiplies, he takes away Al's food until Al and the whole gang dies off from starvation, and you've got a much cleaner, clearer, healthier pond. Yay! This is how nature in all of its beauty and wonder works. There's naturally good types of bacteria like Clyde in ponds, lakes, rivers, streams, and oceans. For most backyard pond owners, we run into problems with having too much sludge and muck buildup and stagnant green water. This happens because we have too much waste or junk food in the pond for the volume of water that it holds. It's a numbers thing. Too much waste with too little bacteria, and well, you've got problems. That's where Clyde comes in. He's our little mascot for the great types of bacteria that's in PlanktoniX. All the little bacteria in it, just like Clyde, are aggressive cleaners with huge, gigantic appetites. The different types of bacteria in Planktonics can eat continuously and literally eat twice their weight of waste every single minute. Can you imagine that? Eating twice what you weigh every single minute? That's like a 150-pound person eating 300 pounds of food every single minute. I mean, that's phenomenal. Clyde goes to town eating and constantly cleaning your pond. With all the cell division that each little Clyde can do, there's literally trillions and gazillions of little Clydes working to clean your pond, so you don't have to. Unfortunately, most people don't start out knowing this. They use chemical after chemical that can kill all the little Clydes. They put in chemicals to kill the algae and pond weeds, and you know what happens? Well, while the chemicals can work effectively to kill the algae and weeds, all the dead algae and weeds sink to the bottom of the pond and turn right back into sludge and muck, which is the very thing that is causing the problem. It's this continuous, vicious cycle. Unfortunately, so many people don't get this, or they go with Joe or whoever down the street that tells them to use this or that in their pond and end up with some weird, probably toxic chemical slurry that makes matters worse. Some of these chemicals can kill all the helpful little Clydes who are trying to eat up all the nasty sludge and nutrients in your pond that's causing the problem. The bottom line? If you want a cleaner, clearer, healthier pond, it all comes down to Clyde and having lots of them to do the nasty job for you. Clyde volunteered to be our mascot for our PlanktoniX bacteria. So Clyde and PlanktoniX go hand in hand. They're one of the same. We know there are other products out in the market, and we've tried tons of them, but none of them beat the power of PlanktoniX. So do yourself a favor and get some PlanktoniX today. Get at the root of the problem, which is all the sludge and nutrients in your pond. PlanktoniX will help starve out the algae and your unwanted pond weeds while making your pond cleaner, clearer, and healthier. Remember, PlanktoniX is an all-natural product. It's not a chemical. It's not going to kill your algae and pond weeds on contact like an algicide or an aquatic herbicide does. It does not eat living organisms, so it's not going to attack your fish, your dogs, birds, etc. It's formulated to be super powerful to do the job it's meant to do, and it's available in a variety of sizes. So stop the madness today and get your PlanktoniX.